What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a movie emporium in-car review for Glass Onions and Knives Out Mystery. This, once again, is directed by Rian Johnson. It is a sequel to Knives Out, and brings in a whole new collection of characters on top of bringing back Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc. This is a movie that has, people like David Batista, Kathryn Hahn. It has, Kate Hudson. It has Janelle, Monáe, Edward Norton. It has a whole crap load of people in it, and it's a new mystery, and basically sees Benoit Blanc going to this rich person's island, and someone is killed, and of course he has to figure out who it is, and so that's pretty much the synopsis without spoiling it, because it is a mystery suspense film that is once again directed by Rian Johnson. Once again, it's a sequel. And so I've been really excited for this movie. Yes, it was $100 million, payout to Rian Johnson to do two sequels. This is the first of those two sequels. And, Rian Johnson proves once again that he, is very adept at writing, I guess you could say. He's a director that, got a lot of crap for Star Wars The Last Jedi. And, he did a film called Knives Out, and it got him an Oscar nomination, and it was amazing. And, like I said, I've been looking forward to this. I had a couple chances to see it. I just wasn't available, Fortunately, I moved, so I was able to attend the Miami Gems Film Festival. And with that said, this is a sequel that has a lot of famous people in it. Definitely a bigger budget, definitely a much more grander scale. But does that relate, and does that, tick over to a successful, entertaining movie? And yes, it does. I mean, I'm just going to say right now, this is not what I would call the better of the two movies, but it is definitely a fun, definitely entertaining movie. Definitely has a lot of, if you're looking close enough, you can kind of see where it's going, when it's going, but, like the title suggests, which is based off a Beatles song, I believe, or something of the Beatles nature. This is a movie that is a layered onion where, it starts out one way. It starts to reveal its layers as it moves along, and as Daniel Craig says in the movie, the mystery might be right in front of your nose and you just don't realize it. So that's a pretty fun, entertaining thing to see. And everyone's great in it. Everyone steals this movie. Everyone has great moments. Once again, Daniel Craig is fantastic as Benoit Blanc. They give him a much more kind of what I would call layered performance here. I think it's much more layered than it was in the original movie, where we learn a little bit more about his successes and who he is, and I really like that. We learn, some characters pop up in this movie. I won't spoil, but they're very, very fun cameos and stuff like that. And it's just a movie that has a lot of fun. It's funny, it's entertaining. It's just filled with just goofy, over the top, situations and scenarios. And like I said, even though you can kind of see where the mystery's going to lie, I think the way it unfolds itself, like I said, like the onion, you ever watch Shrek or something like that, I think it does a pretty nice job. I think Rian Johnson is very good at layering mysteries. I think he's very good at layering productions and stuff like that. He's very good at kind of caressing the film as it moves along, kind of, trying to, for instance, I think Noah Segan, I think is his name, is, of course, Rian Johnson's good friend, who was in a lot of his films. He kind of pops up in there as, a pot-smoking dude. It's really funny, and that's just what this movie does. It's very entertaining, very lighthearted. I'm glad it went to the theater for a week, that allowed people to see it in the theaters instead of having to watch it on Netflix, which I was really happy for. I was really excited for. And I think in the end, it's a beautifully shot movie. It's from his cinematographer Stephen Lee Edlund and stuff like that, and the music's really fun and entertaining. And I think this is a movie that really is a good continuation of this franchise. And once again, it's in the vein of a Hercule Poirot film in a lot of respects, because of how good and what Benoit Blanc does. But what I think is interesting about what Rian Johnson does with these films is they're not complicated. They're not you're going to kind of solve it. The characters in the room, one of them is the culprit, and they make several references to Clue, and that's exactly what this is a much more Americanized version of a Hercule Poirot character. And that's just once again, it just proves that, you know, Rian Johnson is just a master at what he does. And the movie's just, overall, I had a lot of fun with it. I enjoyed it. I felt that it was just one of those films where, you know, it's going to be a crowd pleaser. It's going to be one of those films that everybody was laughing in the theater, and that's what is perfect example of what Rian Johnson could do if he has the perfect, you know, example of what he can accomplish. And I give him a lot of credit. I really do. So, if I had a favorite character in this movie, probably David Batista. Actually, he's absolutely fantastic as, you know, the influencer, the TikTok or Twitter influencer or something like that. And that's the other thing. Before I end this actual review, that's the one thing I do like is every character in this movie has a particular profession that either people really want, or because of the nature of who they are, there's a lot of flaws, which makes the characters a lot, you know, really human. But there is different sides to the envelope, you know, because it's shot during the pandemic. Some people wearing masks, some people are not, and it's really interesting to see. But like I said, Dave Batista is probably my favorite of the characters. But everyone absolutely fantastic. Kate Hudson's really great. Janelle Monáe, and, you know, all these people in this movie. So overall, definitely worth watching. Definitely not as good as the first movie, but that's just my opinion. So, but without further ado, thank you so much for watching. Comments below if you see this movie. Let me know what you think overall. This is a non-spoiler review, so try not to spoil anything, please. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you thought of the movie. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. If you like these videos, awesome. Hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell top the phone's coming next. And if you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.